The vanishing at Maple Creek. A case still open on the afternoon of October 7, 2022, the village of Hillcrest, Vermont, was draped in a thin, steady rain that turned the dirt roads into slick ribbons of mud. The temperature hovered just below 10 degrees Celsius. The sky, a uniform gray that seemed to press down on the narrow valley where Maple Creek twisted through a thick stand of hardwoods. The Maple Creek Nature Reserve, a 200-acre tract of mixed forest bordered by the White River, is a place more often traversed by birdwatchers and field researchers than by tourists. That day, the reserve's network of trails was quiet, the only sound the occasional rustle of wet leaves and the low murmur of the creek itself. Emily Tran, a 28-year-old wildlife biologist employed by the Northern New England Conservation Partnership, had arrived in Hillcrest 3 days earlier to conduct a seasonal survey of the creek's amphibian populations. Tall for a woman at 5 feet 6 inches, Emily wore her dark brown hair in a tight ponytail that swayed as she moved. A thin scar on her left wrist, a relic of a childhood bicycle accident, was often visible when she pushed back her sleeves. She carried a silver ring on her right hand, a gift from her parents, and usually dressed in practical outdoor gear, a dark green rain jacket, sturdy blue jeans, and brown leather hiking boots. Her mission that Friday was to collect water samples and record call data from the creek's breeding ponds, work that required her to be on site until dusk. At approximately 4:45 p.m., Emily was seen leaving the research station, a modest cabin at the reserve's North Trailhead, by Harold Jessup, a 67-year-old retired dairy farmer who lived on a neighboring property. Jessup described her as walking quickly toward the eastern trail that led down to the creek bank, her posture tense, her eyes fixed ahead. He recalled the rain had intensified moments earlier, turning the path into a slick ribbon, and that Emily did not appear to notice him as she passed. He later told investigators that she seemed in a hurry, like she was late for something. At 5:15 p.m., Emily's rental car, a silver Honda Civic, remained parked at the North Trailhead, its doors locked, windows up, and the engine off. Inside, her backpack sat on the passenger seat, containing a field notebook, a water sampling kit, a half-empty thermos, and a small digital recorder. Also in the car was a pocket watch, a tarnished silver piece that had belonged to her grandfather. The watch was stopped, its hands frozen at 6:02 p.m. The keys were in the ignition, the car's central locking system engaged. There were no signs of a struggle, no broken glass, no blood. The vehicle appeared exactly as Emily would have left it after a day's work. Emily's mobile phone, an iPhone 13, last transmitted a signal at 5:51 p.m., placing it near the cell tower that serves the southern edge of the reserve, roughly 300 meters from the creek. The signal then went dead. Phone records show no outgoing calls or messages after 5:45 p.m., and the device's GPS data corroborates the location ping. The sudden silence of the phone, coupled with the locked car, set off a cascade of alerts. By nightfall, the Hillcrest Sheriff's Department had launched a missing person investigation, and by the following morning, the state police, a volunteer search and rescue squad, and a team of cadaver dogs had joined the effort. The initial search focused on the area surrounding the Eastern Trail and the creek's bank. Despite the rain, a single boot print was discovered in the soft mud near the water's edge. The print measured a size 9, consistent with the approximate size of Emily's boots after accounting for the giveaway of saturated soil. A torn fragment of green fabric, a piece of nylon mesh that matched the weave of Emily's rain jacket, was found snagged on a low branch a few meters downstream. Neither item yielded DNA other than Emily's own, nor did they provide any indication of a third party. Maya Chen, a 16-year-old high school student who spent her weekends volunteering as an amateur ornithologist, provided a second witness account. Maya told investigators that she had been observing a pair of kingfishers near the creek when she noticed a white cargo van parked at the trailhead at about 5:30 p.m. The van bore no company logos, and a noticeable dent marked the rear left door. Maya could not see the driver, nor could she recall the license plate, but she noted the vehicle remained stationary for roughly 15 minutes before departing in the direction of the county road. The description of the van has never been matched to any registered vehicle in the area. Forensic analysis of the car, the backpack, and the personal effects recovered inside turned up nothing to suggest foul play. Fingerprints lifted from the steering wheel, the door handles, and the notebook matched Emily's. The field notebook's final entry, dated October 6, read, "Meet at Old Bridge, 6 p.m." The note was handwritten in Emily's neat script, but no name accompanied it. The Old Bridge referred to a rusted iron span that crossed a narrow tributary of Maple Creek about a mile downstream from the trailhead. The entry raised more questions than answers. Who was she planning to meet? A colleague, a friend, or perhaps someone she had only communicated with via text? The meeting never took place, at least not in any way that left a trace. In March 2023, the Hillcrest Sheriff's Department requested assistance from the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit. Agents compiled a profile that considered the possibility of an opportunistic encounter, someone who may have been in the area and observed Emily's solitary routine. However, without a suspect, a motive, or physical evidence linking a third party to the scene, the profile remained speculative. No arrests have been made, and the case has never been officially closed. Today, the investigation remains under the jurisdiction of the Hillcrest County Sheriff's Office, with periodic reviews by state detectives. Emily's parents, David and Lynn Tran, continue to hold onto hope, maintaining a small memorial at the trailhead where her car was found. They speak often of her dedication to conservation, her love of the outdoors, and the bright future that seemed to lie ahead of her. The family has requested privacy, and investigators have honored that request, limiting public statements to the factual details already released. The unanswered question that lingers over the case is not simply where Emily Tran is, but why she walked toward the creek on that overcast October evening, and who she intended to meet at the Old Bridge. The broken pocket watch, the fragment of fabric, the lone boot print, each piece of evidence points to a moment of transition, a point at which a routine field day became something else entirely. As the seasons turn and the Maple Creek water runs clear each spring, the mystery of that October afternoon remains as thick as the forest that surrounds it, a question that, for now, refuses to be answered.